Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chemlock League, and the favorites are sitting at 9-4. We have 3 games left, and it's some big matchups here. We have the Rippers to start us off. Next time out, it'll be a bit against the Skimmers, who are currently won 2 of the first 2 games that we played against them in that doubleheader earlier this year. And we will finish things off with the Skulls, a conference rival, and somehow snuck it in for 2 games this year. We'll be doing that game away. But we're sitting in a good position. If you don't recall or you forgot, the favorites are currently sitting in the division lead here in the Fire Division, something we haven't been able to say at any point in time, especially with a 1.5 game lead. And if we can beat the Rippers, make that 2.5 games, which would be a really nice spot for us. So things are looking pretty good, but I don't want to hold my breath, and I'm not expecting. I'm not going to get too excited until we actually get there. So let's get to the playoffs, and then we can celebrate. We come off of the back of a doubleheader in which we split with the Burglars. They stole one from us, and then Asher Garcia, of course, had one of the best pitching performances of his career. And then, of course, we went out and got Jess Trujillo, brought her back in to replace Clark Cohen. She is going to be the back end of our rotation for us. So with all of that out of the way, I am going to get us into this matchup. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. Our number 2 starter, Victor Simmons, who's been a second ace for us, will be going up against a former Cy Young winner in Valentino Mastiff, who has been pitching masterfully. And I think he's only a 3-pitch pitcher at this point. He is K neglector, but he is still lights out. And that's what we're going to be up against in this matchup here. So what does the lineup look like? I don't know. Valentino is a ace. So if we're thinking about what do we do here, I think I might have set this lineup. I forgot we got Tiger Gray's secondary position of left field, which is huge. He'll be in left field to start this one. We have RJ Solomon at first base. We have Elias Esme at at catcher. I could consider putting Aaliyah at third or short. I think third makes more sense, and put Fernanda Branch at short. But I think I'd rather have her behind the plate and hope Sullivan can get out of his tense mojo. Same with Nick Wilkerson. So with that, I want to double check. Are we home for this matchup? We are away. Next game is home, and that's the last home game of the season. So us being away, they have their home uniform here. We will go with our let's do our alternate for this one. Why not? And let's play ball. Heading out to Founders Field for this matchup, top long stroke is on fire for the Rippers. They also have a tense and tired Demetrius Blacksmith behind the plate. So can we get to Valentino Mastiff? I believe we've seen him a couple of times in this franchise run, and I don't believe we've ever found success against him. So we'll see if that can happen today. Tiger Gray is going to kick things off for us against Mastiff, who has a 2.08 ERA, a 1.00 whip, and a 0-1 record. Tiger Gray comes in locked in. Tier 2 easy target, helping out Mastiffs. First pitch swinging, it goes foul. Tiger chases out of the zone but makes contact, and now K Neglector activates for Mastiff, and another pop foul. And this one's going to be lofted over second base into right field. Top long stroke will come up throwing, but a leadoff single for Tiger Gray, who is down 0-2 in the count, and managed to get himself on base to start things off for the favorites. Fernanda Branch will come up with Tier 2 contact first righty. She's batting .457 with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. It's been a surprise bat for us in the lineup, someone we can rely on pretty consistently. Hit and run, and it's pulled foul out of play. Tiger goes back to first. Ball outside, a 2-1 count here for Fernanda. And she'll take a strike at the bottom of the zone. That's 101 miles an hour for Mastiff with that Tier 2 elite 4-seam fastball. One fouled off, 2-2 count. K Neglector is activated for Fernanda, or against Fernanda. She pops one foul. Good battle here for Fernanda Branch. And throwing the changeup, and it's just fouled off. And she hits one hard. Right field, shallow portion right field. Up against the wall is top long stroke. He reaches up and he can't get it. Fernanda Branch takes Mastiff yard down the right field line. Opposite field shot for her. Second home run, going 343. And just like that, the favorites take a 2-0 lead. Huge hit for Fernanda Branch after a great battle against Mastiff, who's now tense now against Jack Mars, who's locked in, batting .395, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's been getting on base a lot, but he has not been as productive as we typically expect from him. 2-1 count here. And he'll get one up the middle. So 3 consecutive batters reach base for the favorites. Offense locked in right now, as Jack Mars will be on first base for Odin Thomas. Odin sitting in the top 10 right now. One of the few batters in the top 10. Batting .395, 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. We'll take a ball low and away. Tier 2 bad ball hitter. Ball high. 20th pitch of the inning is a strike, and that's Mastiff trying to get through this one. He gets another strike. K Neglector activates on the 2-2. And Odin will hit one off the end of the bat. This one lofted into right field. That's going to get down. Heading around second and over to third base is Jack Mars. He'll slide in safely. Good throw from top long stroke, but not in time. And good heads-up play from Jack Mars. He read that ball off the bat really well. And Odin with a sneaky little shot there as he gets one in play. And now Aaliyah Sesame will come up with Tier 3 Ace Exterminator. Mastiff tilts still tense, and this one's going to be hit up into shallow center field. Playable for Marv Panther. Cannon arm will activate as Jack Mars heads home, and with that score makes it 3-0. And on the throw, Odin Thomas tags up and heads to second base. So sacrifice fly for Aaliyah Sesame, first out of the inning. And now 25 pitches later, Mastiff looking at a 3-0 deficit with 1 out. And now RJ Solomon comes up batting .409. He'll hit one slowly up the middle. Anaya with the backhand. She'll toss to first, out number 2. Advancing from second to third was Odin Thomas. Now Cora Bobbert comes up batting .333 with 1 solo home run, being her only RBI. Tier 3 Ace Exterminator right down the middle, and she fouls it off. High and in for a ball. Outside for ball 2. 2-1 count with 2 outs and a runner on third. And Bobbert will pull one foul just ahead. K Neglector activates. Ball inside. And Mastiff ERA over just about to 4 now. And Anaya will get that one over to first for out number 3. The inning finally ends, but 3 runs come across on 4 hits for the favorites. And they pounce on the veteran ace early. And that's a good spot for us to be in right now. We will see Forrest Ponce lead off for the Rippers, former favorite. Batting .314 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Swings through strike 2 right there. As Tier 3 stealer if he gets on base. Falls behind quickly 0-2. And there's strike 3. 101 on the gun for Victor Simmons. And strike 3 will get the first out of the inning. Rippers will now turn to their hottest hitter in the lineup, top long stroke. Victor Simmons, going to be careful on that inside part of the plate. Taken for a strike there. It's a 1-1 count. Long stroke batting .467 with 4 home runs and 9 RBIs is on fire. Takes a strike at the top of the zone. 2-2. Way late on the 104. He reaches back and gives it everything he has. Victor Simmons, 2 batters face, 2 strikeouts, and now Fletcher Downhill will come up. Having a quiet year, batting .219 with no home runs and 3 RBIs. First pitch taken for strike 1 on the curve. Ball inside for Simmons. Downhill takes strike 2. It's a 1-2 count. Ball high and in. Really leaning on that four-seam fastball, and this one will be turned back up the middle. And a 2-out single for Downhill, keeping the first inning alive for the Rippers. Now Grover Constance will come up, batting .267 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. Simmons will get a quick grounder to third, and Fernanda Branch will get that one to Solomon to end the inning. So great start from Victor Simmons after seeing his offense get on the board early. He responds in kind. We'll go 8-9-1 for the favorites, starting with Sullivan Reddier, who's tense, against the tense Valentino Mastiff, who threw 33 pitches in the first inning. Gets a first pitch strike here, followed by a foul, and that'll activate K Neglector, along with Tier 2 Mind Gamer from Sullivan. Ball inside and ball low and away. It'll be a 2-2 count for Sullivan. He takes a ball just low. It's full. Reddier will check on strike 3. I think he's more mad at himself, but he's lashing out, and that's going to be the first out of the inning for Mastiff. A great start to the second compared to the first. 40th pitch on the way against Nick Wilkerson, who's been one of our biggest disappointments this year. He's tense. Little Hack activated, takes a ball high, 1-1 count. He'll take a strike down the middle for a 1-2 count, and K Neglector and Little Hack activate, and he'll hack one up the middle for a single. So Nick Wilkerson, our number 9 hitter, will reach first base with 1 out. We'll see if that did enough to get his mojo back. Tiger Gray led the game off with a single. He comes back up here. And it does not look to have gotten Wilkerson's mojo back. 1-1 count here. Easy target helping out Mastiff, who's struggling in this game. K Neglector activates on the 1-2. Popped foul. Gets out of play. And chases strike 3 high and in. So Mastiff, while tense and still struggling a bit, he is still able to get that put-out pitch, and he does against Tiger Gray, one of the hottest hitters on our team. And now Mastiff gets pulled for Stephanie Lopside. The veteran comes in with a Tier 2 Elite 4-seam fastball along with a slider and a change. An ERA at 4.91 with 136 whip and 9 strikeouts, so not the greatest year from her. She falls behind 3-0 against Fernanda Branch, who already has a home run today. They give her a very, very generous strike 1 call, and then a grounder to second base, and the easy play to first will end the inning. So manageable there for the Rippers on defense, but we were able to get Valentino Mastiff out of the game, which is a huge accomplishment. Still up 3-0, and now Shadow Anaya comes up for the Rippers, seeing if they can get anything going against Victor Simmons. Pops one foul. She falls behind 0-2, batting .286 on the year. Swinging at everything right now, but making contact just enough to stay alive. She will take a ball high. And Simmons will get the strikeout, another fastball. He's been leaning on that one. He is excited, and that's strikeout number 3 on the day for him. Through 4 outs he's been able to get. 3 of them were via the strikeout. Now Marv Panther will come up. First pitch will be pulled foul just down the left field line. Marv batting .074. No home runs, 2 RBIs, so his offensive woes have been pretty significant. As he'll pop this one up into foul territory. Easy play for Elias Sesame. Out number 2. Surprisingly, the first time I've ever seen the name Erstwhile in this game. Erstwhile Turnbull comes up, batting .154. He is the number 7 hitter, playing shortstop today. 1-1 count, and he'll swing through strike 2. That changeup, the 84 to 104, essentially, is a huge change as he takes strike 3 there. 5th strikeout of the game for Victor Simmons, and he is on another level right now. We'll see how long he can keep that going. Jack Mars will come up 1-for-1 with a single and still locked in. He'll take a ball high and in. Lopside gets him to chase the slider low and in for strike 1. Ball high, 2-1 count, and make it 3-1 now. Good spot for Jack. Changeup gets him ahead of it, and he just makes contact there, but full count. Pops one foul. And he'll pop this one up. It's going to be playable. Easy call for Demetrius Blacksmith. He'll catch that for out number 1. Not the best outcome for Jack Morris, especially when you think about how we already managed to get through Mastiff. I think at this point you want to pounce. And Odin Thomas is locked in after that bloop single in his first at-bat. He falls behind 0-2 here. And inside he'll pull foul. Chases strike 3. Nasty slider from Stephanie Lopsided. She came in with a vengeance against this favorites offense who already pummeled their ace starter. And she's like, no. I'm going to keep this offense, or I'm going to keep this game a little bit closer than you probably like. So Leah Sesame will come up. Tier 3 Ace Exterminator still activated here, and she'll drop one into left field. Right past the third baseman, not much of a good reaction from them. And that's going to be a 2-out single. Sesame on first for RJ Solomon, who I believe grounded out in his last at-bat. First pitch strike on the change. Offside already at about half stamina here in her second inning of work. Fouling off, and that's going to be a 1-2 count. And Solomon will take a ball high. 2-2, 2 outs. And pulled foul just inside, just making contact. 25th pitch on the way, and that one's going to be hit hard into center field. Marv Panther doing some stuff out there in center. But it's going to be another single, 2 on and 2 outs. And Lopside will get pulled for Anakin Frank. Anakin Frank with Tier 1 easy jumps with an 11.57 ERA, 3.43 whip, and only 2 strikeouts this year. And that'll take away Cora Bobbert's Ace Exterminator trade. A slow grounder to first base. It'll be Constance who will make the play. Anakin Frank getting over to first and covering the base to get the last out. Ends the inning. So Frank getting 1 out and 1 batter faced. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Anakin may have been the pitching representative for the Rippers in the last game. Or in the last All-Star game. Let me see. Rippers. Nope, it was Bo Adams. What do I know? Demetrius Blacksmith will take strike 3. 6th strikeout off the game for Victor Simmons. And he continues to stay hot. He's pitching to kind of show Asher, hey, you're not the only one that can go crazy in these games. Now here comes Danger Drapes batting .435 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Fouls that one off and he falls behind 0-2. Ball well outside, try to get him to chase and he doesn't. And there's strike 3. 7th strikeout for Victor Simmons. I can't even, this is just crazy right now. It'll wrap us to the top of the order for the first time, and Forrest Ponce will come up 0-for-1 with 2 outs. Fastball at 100 miles an hour for strike 1. Chases strike 2 out of the zone. And pop foul just making contact straight back to the net. Chases strike 3 high and in. Forrest Ponce goes down, and Victor Simmons strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3 in the third, and now we head to the top of the fourth. And it can... Frank will now have to face against the 8-9-1 hitters, starting with Sullivan Reddier, who's 0-for-1. We'll have Tier 2 Mind Gamer activated to offset the accuracy of Frank, which is already about mid. He catches the corner on 2 strikes. Won't chase outside. Reddier already took a strike 3 once, 2-2 count, and he'll chase strike 3 there. Frank will get the out. Feeling a lot better about himself after a rough season. He's liking the fact that he's able to get the first 2 batters he sees out. And now Nick Wilkerson. There it is, folks! Finally, Nick Wilkerson will get one out of here in the upper deck and right center field. First pitch swinging, and we get to see some of that power that's been teased in front of us for all season long. 463 for his first home run and 4th RBI. What a shot from him. He gets his mojo back. He's now extended the lead to 4-0. And now Tiger Gray will come up. Tiger back to neutral mojo after striking out in his last at-bat. And Anakin Frank, frustrated after getting 2 outs, dating back to the last inning. And then he gives up that home run to one of the worst hitters statistically on this team this year. He gets Tiger Gray to pop up, so good response there. And now 2 outs for Fernanda Branch. 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. Contact versus righties activated. First pitch swinging is for Fernanda, and she'll hit that one into left center field. Marv Panther with that incredible speed will cut it off before it gets to the wall. And it's going to be a 2-out single for Fernanda Branch. Mars will come up 1 for 2 today with a single. Locked in, and he popped up in his last at-bat in foul territory. Easy jumps is activated, but it's only tier 1, and Fernanda's really slow, so we won't see that really play a factor here. 2-0 count for Jack. He'll take ball 3, and now a 3-0. I imagine he's got the red light here. He gets a green light. He pushes one foul. It's 3-1. And this one will go up the middle. So Jack with another base hit. Make it a 2-for-3 day for him. And the inning continues despite getting to 2 outs. Frank can't close the deal just yet. And now 2 on and 2 outs for Odin Thomas, who's 1 for 2. Would be nice to see him blast one here. Bo Adams will come in locked in. At about 3/4 stamina, first pitch falls behind, and he's going to go low for ball 1. Strike catches a corner on the curve. Nice pitch there. Odin does it. He does it. His 6th home run of the year. A huge shot. That one's going to get into the mezzanine, or whatever you want to call it, the hangout area. 3-run shot for him. 428, his 6th home run, and we're talking potential sweep for the awards this year. Favorites Odin Thomas and Asher Garcia might be sitting in the number 1 and 2 spots by the end of this season if Odin continues to stay hot. Aaliyah Sesame will come up with 2 outs. Bo Adams allowing his first earned run of the year. Remember, the first 2 runners on base when Odin hit that home run will get credited back to Frank, and Aaliyah Sesame will strike out. So Bo Adams, the former All-Star, will get that out, but he did allow a home run to Odin Thomas, and again, Frank also allowed a home run to Nick Wilkerson, his first of the year, and Simmons comes back out to the mound with a 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Top long stroke will line to R.J. Solomon. Quick out number 1. Fletcher Downhill will come up to the plate 1 for 1. One of the only players to be able to solve Victor Simmons, who's locked in. First pitch, strike, low and away. Second pitch will be grounded to second base. Jack Marza will backhand and toss the first quickly for out number 2. And a tense Grover Constance will come up 0 for 1 today. Average down to 258 on the year. 45th pitch on the way for Simmons is fouled off. Second pitch fouled off, and quickly 0-2. Simmons looking to put the dagger into Grover Constance here. He'll stay alive fouling one off, and a base hit up the middle. Jack Mars doesn't even try to go for it. And a wild throw from Nick Wilkerson doesn't mean anything as Grover gets his mojo back. Second hit of the game for the Rippers, and it's a single for Grover Constance with 2 outs. So Shadow Anaya will come up. Good speed on first. Victor still locked in. 50th pitch on the way for him. It's a base hit to left field. That'll put 2 aboard for the Rippers with 2 outs. And Victor Simmons, finding himself in a bit of trouble here, has to face off against Marv Panther. Marv 0 for 1 today. Victor will allow him to hit one to right field and right center field, and Nick will pay that off the wall incorrectly. 2 runs coming around. Mark Panther heading to third, and he's going to slide in safely. Jesus Christ. I hate Founders Field for that super shallow right center field wall. And Victor Simmons, amazing start, gets spoiled here from Marv Panther hitting a 2-run triple, and it's 7-2. And Fernanda can't make the play. She dives to her left towards the line, and another run will come across on the failed dive attempt. She knocks the ball down, probably saving the runner heading to second base, but it's going to be another run coming in, and now 7-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. The Rippers rallying, and that'll finally come to an end as Blacksmith grounds to Solomon. Victor Simmons probably a bit frustrated with himself. He's been known to allow a couple of random runs in the middle of such a torrid start, and that continues to happen here. His ERA, I think, sitting at 4 now, or just underneath, which is really confusing because we've seen him pitch incredibly well this year. Ball inside. Bo Adams falls behind Solomon 2-0. He fouls one off there. Solomon had 417 average on the year. 2-2 count here as he gets fooled on that pitch. And a hard hit ball to left center field. That's going to get down and roll to the wall. Getting to it is Marv Panther. He'll come up throwing to second base. No cannon arm activates, and sliding in safely is R.J. Solomon. A huge leadoff single or double there. And he continues to stay hot for the favorites. Cora Bobbert, she comes up pretty cooled off after a good start to the year. She will have Ace Exterminator activated. Bo Adams, over 13 pitches, will be below half stamina. So he's starting to get tired. Cora, 1-1 count here. Will chase and makes contact, fouls that off. 1-2 now. Ball high and in. Makes it 2-2. And Cora way ahead of that changeup. Nice pitching for Bo Adams. Gets her fooled. Looks like a fool. And that'll be a strikeout for out number 2. And now Sullivan Reddier, out number 1, and Sullivan Reddier will come up. Still tense, 0 for 2 today. Tier 2 Mind Gamer. Really offsetting Bo Adams' accuracy, especially while he's tired. A 2-0 count gets pulled foul, and it's 2-1. Bo will serve one right down the middle, and Sullivan missed it just barely, and it's going to be a sky fly to left field. Easy play from downhill, and that's going to be downhill, right? And that's going to be out number 2. Nick Wilkerson having himself a day, 2 for 2 with a solo home run and a single. See if he can do it again. Oh, he saw it and he took it for strike 1. Little hack activated. He'll push one to the third base. Forrest Ponce will make the easy play to first to end the inning. And nothing comes of it. Bo Adams able to settle down here in the 5th after a leadoff double from RJ Solomon. We head to the bottom of the 5th now. Game getting a bit more interesting. 7-3 favorites lead. And now it'll go Danger Drapes to start things off, who's been hitting really well this year, and that'll continue as that one sneaks past short and third for a leadoff single. Forrest Ponce, who's 0 for 2, the leadoff man, will come up, and we'll have to face off against Emerson Bauer, our ace of the pen, as Victor Simmons' day is done. However, the runner on third base is still his responsibility. Emerson has been lights out for us this year. One of the best pickups I could have ever dreamed of from the bullpen, and that was in replacement of, of course I say that, and she throws it off the glove of Aaliyah Sesame. I believe that's going to be a wild pitch, as that was well outside. And now a base hit from Forrest Ponce will put runners on the corners with nobody out. Really frustrating, as it should be first and second. But unfortunately, due to the pass ball, we'll have runners on the corners, and top long stroke will come up. He is 0 for 2. Tier 2 inside pitch, and he's still on fire. First pitch swinging, pulls it foul. That was not inside, but they call it an inside pitch. And he'll sky one to shallow right center field. Calling it is Nick Wilkerson. He's going to probably head home here as the runner tags. No wild throw. RJ will cut it off, and the run does score. So that does get credited to Victor Simmons, his 4th run allowed today, all earned. And now a Tier 3 stealer from Forrest Ponce at first base. Aaliyah Sesame has to be ready to throw down in a moment's notice, and yeah, that's why you'll see Bauer check in on the runner. Tier 2 clutch from both pitcher and batter here. 0-2 count. Runner takes off, ball low, and and Aaliyah Sesame will not be able to get it down in time, but it was a close play. And there's strike 3 swinging, and downhill strikes out to Emerson Bauer. That'll be out number 2. Grover Constance, 1 for 2 with a single, will come up. We're at high pressure now. Still Tier 3 stealer at second base. Whiffs through the changeup for strike 1. Well outside on another changeup. Changeup for strike 2. 1-2 count with 2 outs. And Bauer will not get him to chase the slider. He'll take for a ball 2. Constance will pull that one foul. 2-2. 2 outs. Takes high. Full count here now. And a big moment. And strike 3 swinging. Another changeup. And Constance was ready for that fastball, but never got it. A run does come across. Again, it gets credited to Victor Simmons. But we head to the top of the 6th, last inning here, and the favorites are still up, but 7-4 as the Rippers are sneaking right into this one. They'll go to the closer here in the top of the 6th. Remy Bowman comes in with Tier 2 crossed up against Tiger Gray. It'll go 1-2-3 for the favorites offense. Bowman with a 3.86 ERA, 129 whip, seems to have gotten limited appearances here today. Gets a grounder to second base for out number 1. Fernando will come up 2 for 3 with the home run and a single. A 2-run shot in the first inning against Valentino Mastiff. Probably one of the bigger home runs she's had. She'll take a strike on the curve. As a closer, Bowman only has 2 pitches, the four seam and the curveball, and gets her swinging on the curve inside for strike 3. 2 outs quickly for the favorites offense, and now our number 3 hitter, Jack Mars, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, average up to 415 now. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, little hack activates. Chase is outside, well outside, 0-2 now. And the curveball will be taken, strike 3. I think Jack Mars has an argument there, but it was close enough. And Bowman gets 3 outs for the number 1, 2, and 3 hitters for the favorites. And now it comes down to the offense. Last chance for the Rippers. 3 outs left to work with, and Aaliyah gets pulled for Muhammad McCormick, who's Aaliyah's tense. I don't know if that was from offense or defense. McCormick, a good defensive move here. And a hard hit ball from Shadow Anaya is a home run into the bullpen in center field. And Anaya will close the gap just a little bit more. 444 for her first home run of the year. Jesus. It's now 7-5. And Emerson Bauer just allowed her first earned run of the year. Oh, boy. Marv Panther is 1 for 2. He had that huge 2-run triple earlier in this game. And now Emerson is tense. Still has clutch activated. She's already thrown over 20 pitches. We probably have to turn to somebody else in the bullpen after this at-bat, if possible, and a hard hit ball to right field, but it's going to hang up for Odin Thomas. That's out number 1. Erstwhile Turnbull, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. They pull Bauer for Avery Connor, somebody we brought in at the beginning of the year, let him go, then brought him back. He is our long reliever designated pitcher. And he'll get a strike there, 2-1 count against Turnbull. Pushes one foul, and it's now 2-2. Connor looking to get the put out here. And it will on the lead fastball, strike 3 swinging. And he's pumped. 2 outs, and now Demetrius Blacksmith tense. 0 for 2 today, and 217 average on the season. Stands in the way of a Rippers loss and a favorites win. First pitch strike on the curveball. Make that 2 curveballs, but one's too far inside. And a dribbler the pitcher, Avery Connor, makes the easy play over to first. And the favorites win that one. Got way too close as we took a 7-0 lead. And the Rippers scored 5 unanswered runs in the back half of that game, but ultimately cannot make that or close that gap far enough. I think you can blame Valentino Mastiff for his struggles in the first early parts of this game, where the Rippers had to rely on their bullpen, and it just was too much for them against our favorites' offense. 7-5 win for the favorites. 7 runs on 12 hits. For us, 5 runs on 8 hits for the Rippers. Offensively for the Rippers, it was quiet for the first half, and it got a little bit louder towards the back half. Anaya only one with multiple hits today, 2 for 3 day for her, a home run and 2 runs scored. Mark Panther had a 2-run triple. Erstwhile Turnbull with an RBI single. Drapes had a base hit and scored a run. Constance base hit, scored a run. Forrest Ponce with a hit, and then Top Longstroke with an RBI sac fly. That was the offense for the Rippers. On our side, everyone got a hit except for Bobbert and Reddier. We had a 2-run homer from Fernanda Branch, a 3-run homer from Odin Thomas. We had an RBI sac fly from Aaliyah Sesame, and then the solo home run from Nick Wilkerson. Multiple 2-hit days here from the favorites offense, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the top of this order. And I'd love to see if Nick Wilkerson can continue his hot pace, but this is where we get to the offense, or the pitching side of things, where things got pretty interesting today. Rippers pitching very much exhausted after Valentino Mastiff can only go 1 2/3 innings. He gets handed the loss, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs on 1 home run and 2 strikeouts. Lopside comes in, pitches well, 1 inning, 2 hits and a strikeout. Anakin Frank not having a great day here today. He goes 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, and 1 strikeout. Bo Adams goes 1 1/3, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run. It was on a home run and 2 strikeouts. And then Remy Bowman gets 1 inning, striking out 2 and not allowing a base hit or a runner to reach base. On our side, Victor Simmons will get the win. He goes 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts. But I think up until that last inning, he was near flawless. Really frustrating to see how his line ended up, and that his ERA jumped all the way up to 4.91. Emerson Power, probably her worst pitching performance. Well, definitely her worst pitching performance of the year, but a very unfortunate outing for her, going 1 1/3, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run on a home run, and 2 strikeouts. And then Avery Connor gets the save. 2/3 of an inning, getting a strikeout and not allowing a base runner. His ERA drops to 1.93, and he gets his first save of the year. So Odin Thomas, Fernanda Branch, Shadow Anaya are your top 3, and another big win against a divisional rival. The Rippers are sitting right behind us in the standings in our division, so being able to push them down is wonderful. Here I'm going to give the drop to Dash Boyd just because I think he'll be cheaper. And loyalty boost. Avery Connor is not a long stay for us, so I'm going to go to Aaliyah here. Plus, I want to try and get her as close to 99 as possible. And a drop from these two, I think it'd probably be Cora. She's 26. I know that Sullivan has not been great for us. Actually, Sullivan might be on the chopping block at shortstop for us if we can find a better option in the offseason. But I don't want to tank just in case. I don't know. Cora has the Tier 3 Ace Exterminator, so I guess I'll go Sullivan. That's a tough call. 28 loyalty is a lot as well. All right, I'm going to sim ahead to our next game, and then we'll see what's on the docket for the next one. At 10-4, we now have a 2.5 game lead on all of the Rippers, Dive Bombers, and Burglars, all sitting at 7-6. We have a plus 13 run differential, and no one's even close to us in that category. So it means we have a cushion even with a tiebreaker. But if we can win these next 2 games, sitting at 12-4 looks great. Worst case scenario, if we lose out, we go 10-6. It would take a tiebreaker and a run differential jump from either of those 3 teams behind us. If we can win one more, we have guaranteed ourselves the division and the potentially and the number 1 spot. I guess the Scroungers can actually tie us technically, but we might get the number 1 seed if we can get a win here and the Scroungers lose 1. So that's what we're looking at. Very interesting situation. The Sewer Sneaks over there are at 11-2 with plus 29 run differential, so they've been hot all season long. That's crazy. All right, so before we get into the next game's matchup, let's see what happened since that game ended. We had a roster move here. Giselle Patton gets brought in by the Bone Chills, dropping Flown Corona. Interesting center field option there. Development for Bauer. Development for Jonah Gonzalez. Dash Boyd gets plus 7 power. That's been one of his weaker spots, so if he can continue to develop, he might be our future center fielder. That'd be interesting if it's not Nick Wilkerson. And then one more roster move from the Bone Chills as they go from Tiago Painter over to Emmy Williamson. Outfield option shift there, probably just to drop some salary. All right, we will take a look at player development options. So Cora Bobbert, we're not going to risk you losing Ace Exterminator, obviously. Emerson, I almost am tempted to give this one to her, but we have a game, and I don't necessarily want to spend all of the rest of the money we have. Muhammad, no thank you. RJ, I'll pass. Waldo Ho is older. Jonah Gonzalez, getting a speed boost would be really nice. I will do this one for him. He is still... Oh, maybe not. I don't think he's earned it. He's struggled so much this year. 3 speed is nice, though. Puts him at 70. You know what? Because of his first year, I'm going to do this one for him. So he gets plus 3 speed, chance for 5 more, and he will get it. Oh my God, now I'm so happy I did that. So plus 8 speed puts him at 75, which is substantial. Really great development for him there. We will go ahead and peek over at the league leaders because I am very excited to see the MVP watch. We already know that Asher Garcia was sitting at the number one spot. Reeve Blackwell has thrown his fourth game, so he could not pass Asher Garcia. So it's going to come down to, I guess Biddles here, who is a starter already pitched, so not Biddles. Bo Adams could do it, but he just gave that earned run up to Odin Thomas. So that's actually a really crazy outcome that Odin just kind of messed with his numbers there. That's super funny. Top long stroke, or I guess I should say, Remus Wallace is up there as well. But I think he has one more game to go. I don't think he'll be able to pass Asher Garcia, but possibly. So I guess it's either Bo Adams or Remus Wallace has a chance to jump up there and get above Asher Garcia, but I just don't see that happening. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. Odin Thomas does jump up to the number 3 spot, and he could go even higher if he can stay hot in these last 2 games, as he is now in the number 3 spot, and the number 1 offensive player, Mr. Ingrown, is sitting right behind him. Such a gross name. And it's very close between these two. So it is going to take the end of this season to really decide whether Odin Thomas will be your MVP, offensive MVP, or if either Mr. Ingrown, top long stroke, or Zaire Brazone, or even Fernanda Branch for that matter, who snuck into the top 10. That one's interesting. So we currently have 3 sitting in the top 10. That's really interesting and fun to see. Odin leading the league in home runs by 2 over Ingrown and Log Stroke, has the most RBIs by 5, and number 4 in slugging, number 6 in OPS. Fernanda in a lot of these categories as well. Odin, Thomas Branch and Ingrown all sitting with 18 hits behind Tiger Gray, who's in the lead. Extra base hits, Odin with 7. Very interesting numbers to see throughout all of this. Offensively, Victor Simmons gets his 4th win. I didn't even take note of that. 4th win in 4 starts. Asher with 2, Cairo with 2, Emerson with 3 saves. And Victor Simmons jumps up to number 2 in strikeouts. That's really cool. Tied with Reeve Blackwell and Will Moran. Will you get another start, Will? Nope, he threw his last start of the year, so he's done. So Madden is done. Jaramillo is done. Waller is done. Oh my gosh! So it would take a 5 strikeout day from Sullivan Curry, or 6 strikeouts to get him up to Victor Simmons or pass him. Ellie Acosta has one more outing left, and she could potentially do it, but she would need 6 strikeouts to tie, 7 to pass him, and then Romeo Carson is already done. So it's looking like Victor might sit there in the number 2 spot. And then, of course, you can see both of them sitting in a really good spot here for those per 9 categories. I love that. I love to see our team is actually pitching or playing really well on both sides of the ball. Kind of wheels came off the wagon a little bit there at the end of that game, but it is what it is. So Cairo pitched in his last outing against the Dive Bombers and was phenomenal for us. He's going to get the start here against the 4-10 Skimmers. Grayson Pickles will get the start on the other side of this one. Has a 1-0 record with a 1.35 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP, with Tier 3 falls behind and Tier 2 walk prone. So his accuracy struggles a bit, but he has been still really successful. We'll see if Cairo, with a full slate of rest, can come into this one and feel a lot better about his situation. And I do think Cairo, it still makes sense for us to throw Cairo out there against the Skimmers and then leave Jess Trujillo in there against the Skulls. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So that's what we're gonna leave this game looking like. I guess, yeah, I think that'll be it. We are close to the end of the season. This team is looking so good, and they're hitting their stride right now. I'm hoping it continue. I can't wait to see the next one. I hope you are just as excited. We'll see you all next time. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.